Yo, what's going on, everybody? STUDmuffin here. If you're new to the channel, thank you for dropping by. If you're subscribed, go vote on the polls. I got so many polls for you guys to vote on. I want to make sure that every one of your voices are heard. So go vote on those polls. Polls like what game you'd like to see me play as next on the channel, what campaign you'd like me to play RomeTotalWar wise. Just many polls, man. Even something as simple as I'm thinking about writing a RomeTotalWar book in the future. Go vote on that if you think you'd be interested or not. Anyway, let's get right into the video here. This is going to be part 6 of the Seleucid campaign playthrough. We're going to start right off with a battle here. Heruban. Okay, so if we attack here, they'll have a reinforcement army. Pretty weak troops, kind of fodder, no experience, no weapon or armor upgrades. Pretty much trash troops, to be honest. Then I've got reinforcing troops coming down to join the army. I'm a little bit in lack of foot soldiers. A little bit in lack of cav. Okay, got my army moving up here. Let's see if we can charge these bowmen. I'm going to charge them head on before they get the chance to fire. Got more skirmishers, more skirmishers. If we can just get some good archer shots in here and wipe out this Machimoe pikemen before they have the chance to do anything, I would easily like that. Let's run our cav up. The enemy are not too close. I'm not super concerned with them before the men have a chance to... Let's see. Let's do this. Unselect the cav. Turn fire at will off. I want to get my cav up here. Charge in. And of course, I want to send these pikemen up. I'm pretty much going to sack my silver shields here. Actually, no, I don't want to sack them right away. Let's pull them back just temporarily. Take these guys out of guard mode. Just something as simple as that. Now charge. Just engage these missile units. I'm just going to get my silver shields here just to guard my missile units. Just for the time being. While my general is destroying these skirms here, as soon as I rout them, I'm going to pull back and kill their general. Let's turn guard mode off so I'm able to spread out. Okay. Well, since I'm off of fire at will, I have a plan. Let's do this here. Drop the spears. There we go. Hopefully I'm able to kill some of the cav that way. Nice. Let's get on up ahead of that unit. That way we can do more damage. Okay, now turn around and engage them with your spears. Head on. Not really going to do too much damage to me there. Okay. Now I got my peltasts in here. Let's reposition my archers. Just like so. Let's bring my peltasts out. Fire at their peltasts with my archers. Then I'm just going to bring my peltasts up. I've got a plan. Drop the spears. Hit the halt button. That'll enforce the spear drop. Attack. Hopefully that'll rout them. Turn around and hit these guys with your spears. Peltasts. Fire at their rear. And of course, my general needs to get up here. I'm going to come and hit these guys from behind. There we go. We got the rout. Attack the general. Good. I'm going to get a nice little cav charge in here. Here comes the cav charge. Here we go. Doosh, 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 doosh. That broke them too. Nice. We got the break. Now let's take our cav up and out of the engagement. Swing our spears around that way. Okay, now let's come up front here. Okay, so these guys need to readjust. Pull. Actually, let's chase down these units with our peltasts, and then let's get 2 of our archers up here, and then 2 of you like so. Run them up. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, nice. There's that. Come back and hit these guys in the rear. Charge the general. Okay, now fire your missiles. Line up like so. These archers should get some good kills here. Yeah, they're going to rout. Lift the spears. There we go. Where's our cav at? Doosh, 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 doosh. Nice. Got that sick cav charge. Okay, lift the spears. I can chase these guys down in a minute, but first, let's go double speed. Let's envelop this enemy general. Nice, we got the kill, so I don't even have to worry about the bodyguard. I was going to bring my general up and charge from behind to make sure that I killed his general, but now I feel like I don't really have to. So that's nice. Fire on those guys. Now you guys come back here. Actually, matter of fact, shoot here, and you guys shoot here. Oh, yes. All these archers are going to shoot their missiles all in here. See how many kills we get. Doosh, 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 doosh. I've got multiple archers firing from multiple directions, wiping that unit. Where's my general? I want to be chasing down as many of these guys as I can. Okay. Just like so. Here we go. I guess that's the battle, pretty much, ain't it? Did we win? I think we did. Okay. At this point, it's just chasing all the enemies down that are routing. That's the battle. Let's go. Look at that. Yes, sir. 2,400, baby. Learn to obey before you command by Solon of Athens. That was a good win. Of course, it was trash troops I was going up against. That's okay. These guys can join us eventually. Let's bring our army back down. Eventually, I'd like to go take this little settlement. I could probably send somebody else. Yeah, why not do that? I could send somebody from Seleucia or something like that. Or maybe I send somebody in this fleet here. Make one of these guys a general. I might send... I'm thinking about leaving Cletos in Antioch. And then, of course, Arhidios, Parmenion, and Aristocratus, training up armies with them. But their armies will probably get trained from my capital because I don't have the means to train strong troops from Antioch or the surrounding areas at the moment, although I will be upgrading the cities pretty quickly. But with that being said, that's 3 generals. That means 3 armies. But this guy should be dying pretty soon. Nah, he's still got, man. That's like 20, it's like 26, 28 turns he's got before he reaches the age where commanders typically die of old age. So it's worth giving him his own army. And of course he can always, does he have a kid? None of us. Yeah. He's got another kid. So by the time Bucoli or this daughter, Glossy, gets a husband, the husband or the son here probably take over his army once he reaches too old of an age. So Gaza, what do we got here? Bunch of trash troops under Minmahatri, or however you pronounce his name. Doesn't really, he has a decent command trait, but not crazy. What about Minmatre? Is this the same? They're both the same name. This guy's Minmatre of Arhidios. This guy's Minmatre of Ioltes. I'm butchering these names. Okay, well, making progress. That's all that matters. I don't think I can do anything else this turn. I've got an army coming down. Army's training up. Got my cataphracts coming, brother. What about this army? Can't move. Okay, well. Jeez, dude, look at this. Armenia doing something up here. I don't know what they're doing. It's not as bad as I thought it was, though. It looked pretty intimidating at first. But we retaining here, so we'll be able to send Zeuxis over to Arax and then into Pontus. Bro, we making progress, bro. We taking over. All right. That's a good point to end the turn. Let's see what happens. Okay. 3 Egyptian armies. Jeez. Suitable husband for Orthia. Drill master. Don't like the trait. I like the drill master ancillary, but the trait gives me minus morale. Decent for a governor, but I don't. This dude's kind of older. Don't really look that cool. So, I'm going to skip on that. Jerusalem grew as a town. Let's do that then. We're already at a decent point to where our public order has stabilized. Sebastia and Cassandros. New member Sebastia. Where is Sebastia? Right here. Okay, well, this dude's having a bunch of daughters. Okay, where is our new son? Oh, Cassandros. This dude looks sick. Yo, why are we getting... Man, I tweak out. I'm like... Man, I get all giddy and stuff whenever my commanders look cool. Like, sometimes I be choosing commanders that just look cool, even if their traits are trash. It's like a role play, and I just love like generals that have cool armor and helmets and stuff on their, on their design. Understanding of logistics, confident commander, weak chin, testy, filthy minded. Well, this dude's gonna be a good commander, dude. That dude looks sick. I love that character design, and then this guy looks cool. And all my generals have decent traits, too. Giraz looks pretty cool. This dude looked like Leonidas from the Spartans. All these guys that I've adopted look cool. They have decent command traits as well. I'm just getting some good generals, man. I love this playthrough so far. It's been awesome. Really has been. Okay. So, confident commander for Cassandros. I'm going to knock out this construction real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and take Zeuxis out of Artaxarta. I think I can go ahead and send this army to Arax. Let's bring them out just to see what the public order is going to end up. Once I lower it like that, I will get the bonus to happiness here. That will increase that to the green. And then, of course, that will give me access to races, I think. It may or may not. Can't remember if I get that. Okay. It might be a Roman bonus specifically. Maybe the Romans only do races. I thought that was like a, worldwide bonus that you get with the cavalry stable upgrades here. Maybe I was wrong. That's okay. I can do other upgrades as well. I'm going to go ahead and hire another unit of levy just so that I can jack the tax rate up. Make more money. Okay, let's go ahead and send these guys across. I don't think I have a spy. Didn't really need one because I have the elephants. There's that. Can we retrain anything here? Not at the moment. Okay. Well, let's bring this army down into our capital. Can't really retrain a whole lot, but I can do something. Should I do that or should I just recruit? So if I don't retrain just yet, let's say I hire... How much are the... Okay, wait, maybe I can. Oh, I'm slightly out of... Oh, man. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 6. I've got 6 Cataphracts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be 6. 6 Greek Sacred Band and 6 Cataphracts. So that will be enough for one army. I can wait to retrain that general. Let's cancel these levy pikemen. And then I need to... I'm definitely going to hire more. So let's... I'm going to use these Cataphracts to completely wipe out these archers. Let's do that. Take good care of these archers real quick and send them back to where they came from, if any of them survive at all. Great empires are not maintained with or by timidity. Okay, here they are. Here are my Cataphracts. I've piled them on top of one another. And they're going to charge here. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, that's so satisfying. Let's do this. Run them forward. Charge. Just like that. That was a crazy charge. Boom, 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 boom. Send them through. I haven't lost one guy yet. Did they just get plowed? Dude, they just got ran over. Alright, let's split them up. One go here, one go here. Triple speed. Lost one unit. One single guy. These guys haven't routed yet. But I don't think I'm really going to take much archer damage. Since I have so much armor on these guys, they're pretty much invulnerable to missiles when it comes to archers. But they may get, you know, some decent damage if it was like Peltis or something. Okay, charge in. Here we go. Oh, come on. Line up straight, please. Go. Come on. Why are you so slow, bruh? Are you exhausted? Very tired? Okay, well, I guess they're kind of slow when they're tired. Makes sense. They're slowly catching up. These Cataphracts aren't as fast as other Cav, but my goodness, they are strong. Here we go. Ah, come on. Some of them are going to escape. Nice. Here we go. There we go. Take that. 709 to 9, or 702 to 9. That's insane. I'll probably get a general adoption recommendation, but I'm not going to take it. Man of the hour. Alex Archos. Benefactor. Who would he go under? Who would be the next one to hire him? It'd be Zeuxis, I would assume. Yeah, it would be Zeuxis that would hire him. But I want Zeuxis to have his own children, kind of role play. Kletos has kind of been my adoptee. But meaning he won't be able to actually have any, you know, blood-born children since he just adopted all these, which is fine, dude. Because I've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other boy sons that are going to carry on the family name. So I'm not concerned with it. I just needed generals, more importantly. Who knows, that dude could have looked like a dweeb anyway. Nice, I can make it now. Perfect. Okay, well that's exactly what I wanted. Now I'll have, oh, I'm missing one. Oh man, what can I do to, can I cancel anything? What did I build that I can cancel? I know what I can do. I can cancel the wall repair there. That will allow me to retrain these guys. What? 426? That's crazy. I'll have to cancel a trader somewhere that I built. We'll do the Europus trader. There we go. That's fine. But I've got to retrain these guys up. What about one of these generals? Which one do I want to send? Discount on unit training cost. Draftsman, dishonest construction. Untouched by fear. Can't use him because he's still got to retrain. Understanding of logistics, sorry. Weak chin, influence. Okay, and then Icarus of Raphia. This will be my general. I will use him. Been in the wars, confident commander, good attacker, good defender, untouched by fear, engineer. This is going to be my general that I send the first force with because he's a little older anyway. I want to go ahead and get him some screen time. This guy will be my next general. And then, of course, this guy will be next after that. And then Cassandros. I would like for this guy to eventually be my faction leader. He looks like the coolest out of all my guys. Or at least the coolest that... Actually, you know what? I think the order I'm going to go with is, you know, once this guy's dead, then this guy will be the faction leader. Then I'll have Demetrius as my heir. And then after that, I'll have Zeuxis as my faction leader. And then the next one, it could go to Giraz. And then Cassandros. Because that's just, you know, the line with, you know, oldest to youngest. But I do like that idea. You know, dude looks like Leonidas. He could be the faction leader. And then, you know, Giraz looks pretty cool. Already has some decent traits. And he will already be getting some war experience. And then this guy as well. Yeah, dude, I'm loving this family tree. Like, almost everyone looks sick. And to be honest, yeah, I know this is weird, a little bit of role-playing, but considering Kletos looked, like, weird, you know, I just don't think he's all that, you know, aesthetic, his general portrait. So when I have a general that doesn't look all that aesthetic like this guy, I will allow him to be the one that adopts all the candidates so that he can't have children, just because I want all my cool-looking generals to have all my legitimate blood children. It's so weird. I know, I'm weird, dude, but I just like to role play like that. All right, let's bring all of our generals in here. Nice. I'll need to retrain. Can I afford... Hold on. What do I have left after that? I can't retrain anything else there, but I'll have all the men that I need there. Okay, then I can afford to retrain these guys. What do we have on how much these guys are going to cost to maintain? Kind of expensive, to be honest. Kind of. A little bit, yeah. I could probably drop them and just get, like, legitimate troops that are, you know, my own faction's troops. I should have disbanded them in Salamis. I don't know what I was thinking. Oh, well. It's a decent mercenary army. But they'll probably just get disbanded eventually at some point, but I'll keep them for now. And the good news is the Greeks left Rhodes. They did land here, but now they left. They're back in the ships here. So I'm glad they didn't attack me. I was able to complete that shipwright, so now I'm getting a lot more trade and also the ability to create triremes now. So I'm going to start bulking up my navy. That way I can defend and keep my ports open with trade. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get into this next battle here. I'm going to go ahead and take Gaza while I can. But what do we have in these armies here? Mercenaries, nothing really that scary. More fodder. Can I hire any mercenaries? No, not at the moment. I'm a little bit low on my numbers here. I might want to be a little careful. I think I'm going to be a little more careful right now. Okay, let's bring the army in. I can adjust them all later. But at least from here, I should still... Yep, I'll be able to attack them on the next turn. Let's go ahead and move him up. I'm heading to Parthia, brother. I'm going. Okay, this may sound crazy, but I have a plan. Instead of waiting to train up some stronger units, I'm just going to go with basic. And I already have all these different units in all these little small cities, like the Militia Cav and the Phalanx. I've got more here, more here. I've got some Melitine. I've got some at Massacre. I could literally just take one general from here, take it up to Massacre with these units and the units from Melitine, that would be one army I could go ahead and send towards Sebastia. I could literally take the troops from Edessa and Tarsus and get another army set up with the mercenaries and send them right up in this direction to take Ancria. And then there, I would have two armies already heading into Pontus. And, of course, hiring mercenaries or whatever to bulk up the armies. That would be these two generals here. And then I could take my faction leader and literally bring him down to Alexandria and just train him up an army out of Memphis and Alexandria once he joins up with Demetrius here. And I could have him a more upgraded army. I think that's going to be the game plan from here. But I'll at least send two generals up into Pontus. And then, of course, I would have a third general coming over. Zeuxis here would come over and join. Of course, and that would be 3 armies taking on Pontus. I feel confident with that. Or I could send Zeuxis back in the other direction, up toward this area to take the rest of Armenia. That might be what I do instead. Either way, we're going into Pontus and Armenia and Parthia, and we're going to finish off Egypt. That's a fact, brother. Okay, let's end the turn. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Candidate for adoption, Archidios of Philoromeus. Memnon of Leopolis has the drill master trait. Not big on that. Kind of young, but Archidios is one of my adopted generals. So if Archidios is one of the adopted generals, is it this guy? Yeah, it's that guy. I would like for him to at least have one son of his own because he looks kind of cool. I'd like to carry on his genes. And I'm not talking denim, brother. But not big on this guy. Going to decline that. Safia has grown. We'll go ahead and move that city on up. I'm starting to make some decent income here, brother. Leonatos. Bro, Leonatos. That's a cool name. What about Asphalion of Ipsus Mastersmith discount on training costs? This dude is getting 20% discount on training costs now. Not to mention he's getting the discount on construction as well. I might send this guy out last since he's able to get all this, bonus. I could do war elephants. Let's train up a unit of war elephants for this army. Retrain the general. And then, of course, I'm going to train up some more cataphracts for another army coming. I'm going to take care of some construction real quick. Okay, let's go ahead and move Zeuxis. I've got elephants with him too, so I don't even have to. Okay, so what we're going to do to ensure that we are able to attack the city this turn is move our units, our cav and stuff that has more movement range to ensure, because we're slightly out of range. You see that little bit of red there? We're slightly out of range with our whole army, but if we just move our cav and all these units in first, we'll have the range to actually besiege the city, and then we can just join with the rest of our army, and then there we go. Now we have it, and let's go ahead and attack. Hold on, what do they have in here first? Trash troops, bro. We got this. This is over. Done. Zilch. Zap. And I've got Cataphracts training back at not HQ, but Artax Artha. So I'll be bringing this guy, Zeuxis, back there, retraining and getting the Cataphracts in there. And then I'll have this army complete. Rusa, you're going down, brother. Gotta readjust. My tailbone's hurting. All right. Conquered. We conquer. You know we about to conquer, bro. Delicious. Okay. Let's send these guys up. Like that. Send the elephants up, of course. Let's go a little bit over. Don't want to interrupt that line or mess it up. Okay. Now let's set our peltis up. Triple speed. Center cav. Nice. Now we attack the gates. Are our men in range? I don't think they are. Are they in range now? I don't think so. Can we readjust? Just like that? Maybe we're in range now. Slightly. Not bad. Those are Hillmen. We're getting some kills there. That was the Eastern faction leader, I think. Surely it was. Nice. And then, of course, the elephants up like so. Dude, those guys are getting shredded. Shred it. All right, let's send our faction leader in just to trigger the enemy to move in front. Hopefully this triggers them to come after me, getting them in range of the missiles. Yes. Okay, so that's well, I don't know. I thought they were going to. It is a little bit of a strategy you can use. You can send like a unit, like a general in or something, or any kind of unit that has good movement. Send them in if the enemy are just kind of staying out of your missile range. And by sending a unit in, it'll trigger all the enemy units to come after me because I'm inside their walls. And by doing so, they come right in front of all my missile units. So it's just like a, you know, manipulation there. And now they're about wiped. Yeah. They didn't even make it to my general. That's that. Those are just peltis. What am I doing? I can go ahead and wipe them. Let's turn these guys off of... Okay, these guys don't even have any left. Halt. Turn these guys off because I don't want any friendly fire. Alright, well, now... should have free reign for these guys. I lost one. But I think it's because they got a volley off on me first. Now I've lost two. Down two. They had 199 if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah. There we go. I lost two. And I was able to take out a whole entire unit of 199 peltis. Almost 200 flat. Yeah. The Seleucid generals are crazy strong. Here we go. Let's run up a little bit. Maybe it'll trigger them. They only have Eastern infantry. Alright, I was able to wipe the rest of that unit. Let's see if I can trigger these guys to come in front of my missiles. Fire at will. Triggered them. Are they going to come after me? I'm going to walk them. No, they're not triggered. Okay, well. You try and you try. It is what it is. Let's get my peltis up over here. And then, of course, let's grab these guys, send them up. Maybe I could just send my elephants in. Let's just do that. What am I doing? I'll send the elephants in, send the cav up and out of the way, just for now. Minus these guys. Let's send these guys up here. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Whoa, 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 whoa. Halt. I'm butchering this. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Get out of there. That did not end up going as I wanted it to. They are on fire at will, though. Okay, so these guys, you still need to come up here, please. Get up there. Let's get my general over here. Now, these elephants are firing their bows. Let's see if we can keep these guys at a range. Now let's line our peltis up. If I can just kill all these guys with my missiles, I don't even need to bring my other men in. I'm almost out of archer fire. Let's do this. Bring these guys in. There we go. There we go. Now we let them do the rest. I'm going to turn these guys off of fire at will and then bring the general in. There we go.
The enemy's hearts are full of fear.
Boom.
Now they flee.
Let's go. Easy win.
This is a victory fit for the gods.
Didn't even need my foot soldiers, brother. Pretty good stats. Few men are born brave. Many become so through training and force of discipline. By the Jadius. We took that, no problem. And not hit. And hit. I don't know how you pronounce that temple name. Occupy. Low tax rate. Let's... Oh, that's the same thing as the Shrine to Dionysus. So let's... We don't really... We could retrain. Let's do roads, because that's going to be super fast happiness. We'll do retrain all of our men. And then we'll train up a unit of levy. That'll bring his... Oh, geez. Let's do that. That'll bring his... That'll bring the population down. That'll bring us up to 65. So the best... Okay, well, let's retrain this one unit. Postpone these retraining. And this should raise... I don't have enough money for that crap. What's 60%? So it's enough for now. Yeah. Retrain. Perfect. Well, I'm at 60%. And then the building of the roads will bring me up to 70. That's slightly out of riot range. And then each additional turn from here, the public order is just going to gradually build back up. But as long as I can skip the riot for the first turn, I'm good. Because I can just keep recruiting. I can, you know, constantly build more buildings and increase public order. So as long as I miss out on that first turn of rioting, I'm good. All right. Time for the next battle. What do we got down here? Numhotep. Numhotep. I don't know. Numhotep. Knumhotep. Knumhotep. That is definitely not how you say that. But we're going to go with it. Okay, so if I attack now, all of these units are going to reinforce. That could be a good thing. Well, these guys are slightly out of range. That could be a good thing. Let's just wipe them all out. Why don't we just do that? Yeah. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. Fair enough. Time to do two birds, one stone. Or knock out two birds, one stone. You know what I'm saying? A dead enemy always smells good. Olus Vitalis. Or Vitalis. Right on, brother. What are these guys? Nubian spears. I'm going to separate these guys out. I'll take on the Nubian spears. Let's separate here. Come up, flank these guys. Flank these guys on up. Just like so. Cav in the back. There we go. Turn off guard mode. Turn off guard mode. Turn guard mode off of these guys. Charge in. And of course, we're going to get him from behind. Here we go. Do they rout? They're shaking. I did not want my general in there. Get out of there, brother. Get out of there, brother. Brother, get out of there. Okay, well, that's that. Now you can charge in. Didn't even get the cavalry charge before they broke. But that's okay. Let's go ahead and get these guys in like that. Now we need to get our sabermen in. We'll do that. Perfect. Archers are putting in work. We need to get the skirmishers up there, though. Let's go ahead and charge them in. Just like so. And then the general, I'll bring you up here. These guys don't even stand a chance. They're just getting pelted by those archers. Those Syrian archers are the best thing I could have done. Well, for one, as the Seleucids, I don't have any good native archers that I can recruit. So, mercenary archers, mercenary peltas, that's the way to go if you're playing as the Seleucids, because that's their only drawback. They have super strong units in every other department. When it comes to spears, swords, cav, generals, elephants, everything. I mean, they are loaded. Except for they don't have the best missiles. But, I mean, you can get basic archers, basic peltas. But to get the good, you gotta hire mercenaries. Like these Syrian archers here. I'm gonna move up as well. They think they're gonna get me here. But little do they know, they're not gonna get me, brother. Get out of there. Now the archers are firing in there. Why are you guys just standing there like you didn't get told what to do 5 seconds ago? Yeah, that's what you get. That's what you get for not listening. People, I'm telling you. People just don't listen anymore. Alright. How many men are going to die here? They do have the good shields, good armor. This guy's just like, look at my flag. Look at my flag. I love my flag. Bro, this dude loves his flag, let me tell you. Alright. Didn't make it. These dudes are getting wrecked. I just don't want any friendly fire. I'm taking a little bit of friendly fire. Let's get them out of there. Okay. Let's get this triple speeded. They're in loose formation. But I'm using a lot of my missiles against them. Okay, now that they're getting closer, I'm fine with continuing to shoot. But I didn't want to keep shooting if I was going to just waste all my missiles there. I want to reserve them for when I need them. I do have a lot of Pila left. Should I start dividing my forces up into different sections? Nah. Let's use the 3 big units I have here. Actually, no, these guys have the weapon upgrades. Let's send these guys in. Something's coming around the bend here. Arab Cav. Let's go ahead and charge that with our general. Okay, and then if I'm not mistaken, I wanted to take these guys. Let's do the 2 armored units first. They have extra XP as well. Do that. Of course, we'll do the peltas behind them. Just like so. And then we'll do the archers behind them. Just like so. Charge. My general is gold. Where's the actual general at? Not worried about it. They done routed. We'll take that. Demetrius over here rocking the gold chevron. Okay, Demetrius. I see you, brother. Send the Arab sabers up. I see you, Demetrius, brother. Shout out to Demetrius, bro. Ben's plugged. Mans has been plugged, bro. Alright. Should we just hold off here? Drop the spears? Let's do that. Just hold off and drop the spears. Once we drop the spears, just wreak havoc on them here. Can I get these guys lined up in any particular way? I need to get them lined up good. Not like that at all. Not even like that at all. Just like that. Something like that. I'm fine with that. Run forward. Drop the phalanx. Now we're set up. Now we'll just let the archers and the peltasts do the rest. These guys are out, so let's move them out. And of course, we move 2 guys up for reinforcement if needed. Bring the Arab sabers up as well. Bring these guys up since they got more missiles. I'm not even in range, am I? Let's do that. Hopefully that's range. Because I'm not just going to sit here and let them die if they're not in range. Because they're taking casualties, of course. Nice. Okay, there they go. You guys need to fire. Halt. How are you not in range? Okay. There we go. Now we're getting some casualties in there. I'll take that. Losing some men, though. Fortunately. So these are the Bedouin archers. That's what I'm taking casualties to. Hopefully they rout. Skirmishers. Bedouin archers. 2 Machimoi and slingers. Maybe there's 4 Machimoi. I'm not for sure. Okay, the Bedouins are taking their casualties. Nubians are up. I need to do some sort of rear charge flank or something here. Something, brother. I don't know. Do something like that. I think I flank with my general's unit, maybe. Should I do that? Do something like that, maybe. Yeah, let's do that. The peltasts are getting some good shots in there. They're just running up against my spears here. I'm going to flank in from behind and hit these skirmishers. Alright, triple speed. The peltasts are almost out. There we go. Didn't get all their missiles out. I think they're almost out. Come on. There we go. Now you guys run in. You guys run out. Alright, now's the time we go in the defensive. Doom, doom. Charge. Charge. And you guys charge. Just like that. There they go. That shouldn't be a problem at all. These guys aren't even really able to get in the fight. So I'm going to halt them so they're not just wasting their energy. There we go. Charge the cavalry. I've not hardly took any casualties with Demetrius here. He's just wrecking everything. With that gold chevron. Here he is right here, Demetrius. Wrecking those Egyptians. They are down to 33. I've still not lost one guy yet. Wipe that camel pretty quick. There he goes. I am destroying these guys. Still haven't lost a casualty yet. I am loving this commander, bro. I need to get him some silver shield and weapon upgrades. And then eventually get gold. If this general ends up like full gold chevrons, 3 gold chevrons, gold shield, gold sword, bro, that's going to be insane. I don't think I've ever did that in a playthrough before, for real. I've, purposely set it up on a custom battle, but let's see if I can do this without getting hit with the Machimoi. Charging here. Ah, that's what I was afraid of. Lost 2 there. Get out of there, get out of there, get out of there, brother! Charging from behind. Charge, 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 charge. Do what I say, please. There we go. Now I need to get out of there. Gosh, man. Alright. Charge. Now we need to bring the Arabs up. Charge, charge, charge. Okay, now it's time to drop these spears. Since they're not dropping the spears, though, I'm going to hit the halt. Well, never mind. There they go. Okay. Can I go this way? Well, they're typically, or basically they're out of the city town center, so maybe I can charge in now. I'm going to do that. Hit the trumpet. Boom.
The enemy general is running away. This is no way for a leader to behave, but in battle,
There we
it
go.
is beyond belief.
Let's bring my cav out. Let's bring my general out.
Great. The enemy general is
Get these Bedouin archers, man. I'm taking too much casualties from them.
enemy's hearts.
Should be able to finish them off even though they're camels. Got my Arabs in there. Surrounding them. Surrounding them. Surrounding them. Know what I'm saying? Oh, whoa. We got Machimos coming in here. It's fine. I can still stay in the conflict as long as I get out in time. Go. Get these guys out of phalanx. And then we're going to bring them up. Good, good, good. I'm not taking casualties from any spears. About to wipe out these Bedouins. Just a few more. Come on, come on. Finish them, finish them, finish them. There, get out of there, get out of there, get out of there. Okay. There we go. That's all the Bedouins taken care of. Let's march our men around. Finish these guys off. They're just a nuisance. There we go. Now I need to send these guys in. I don't really need to, though, but... Okay. There we go. Okay. This is going to be a strat. Guard, drop. Back. Back. Guard, drop. Halt. Just like so. Hit him from behind. We're going to wrap around this way. I'll wrap around this way. Wrap around, wrap around. Actually, these guys are coming in. Send them in. Triple speed. Just like so. And then charge. And charge. There we go. They got their backs to us. Easy pickings. That's what I'm talking about. Get wrecked, dude. Get wrecked, dude. That's 2 Egyptian armies wiped. Probably could have done a few things differently. Excuse me. Probably could have done a few things differently. Took a little more casualties than I would have liked to. But hey, no harm, no foul. Overall, we did pretty good. All right. Let's go. 2600, baby. Cruelty of war makes for peace. Publius Statius. That's 2 armies wiped. Occupy, of course. Maybe that wasn't a good idea. Let's retrain our... Temple to set. Yeesh. What if we don't retrain? What if we only train? That goes up to 35. Eesh. I probably should have exterminated that populace. Well, let's see if we can save this. See if we can save this. I'm going to take off that. And then that should allow me to complete this construction for this recruitment queue. That'll bring us up to 45. Wooden Palisade will give us another 10. That'll be 55. I don't want to riot. Eesh. I am getting a lot of bonus from this guy. Something else, though, too. If you have a general in the city and the city riots, there is a chance that if the general doesn't die from the riot, he will get a trait or an ancillary. At least a trait, I know for sure. There's a possibility he can get a trait if he survives a riot inside a city that will increase his public order, which will also increase the chance of getting the city back under control. So there's a chance. I'm going to risk it. I'm going to leave the army in there. Hopefully building the palisade will prevent this army from attacking me straight away. What about that? That's fine for now. Do I have any other armies I can move for now? Where are my other armies? That'll be fine. I should start exterminating some of these places, honestly. But if I can save them, I'll save them without exterminating. Because, of course, higher population from occupying instead of exterminating will cause the city to grow quicker, which will in turn give me more income than if I just exterminated them. Okay, we can move Alexander, so let's go ahead and do that. Perfect. I think that's it on who I can move for now. Let's go ahead and quick save. All right, this is the moment of truth. Will I be able to get back up in the blue? And if I riot, will I take any casualties? They did riot one turn, but if one turn of rioting is all I have to deal with, no one died. No one died. I took 700 casualties on the citizens killed, 83 soldiers killed. Candidate for adoption are Hedios of Philoromeus, Algenos of Epiphanes, Drill Master, Bureaucrat, Sharp, Command Talent, Commander. Nah. I mean, he would be a good commander or a good governor, but I think I'm going to pass on him. City grows, Babylon. Go ahead and do that. Nice. Town grows, Bactra. About time. Faction announcements. Cassandros got priest to Hephaestus. So one of the viewers commented down below. He's like, Hephaestus, that sounds like some sort of Spanish dude or something. I can't remember what he said, but something he said. It was just so funny. It got me tickled for some reason. Priest of Asclepios increases chance of having children. Public health improves chance of casualties recovering from the ruins. Of course, Cletos got the doctor. The only thing about the priest, or the only thing about, so the only thing about the temple to Asclepios, or Asclepios, Asclepios, I've always pronounced that wrong, I guess. Asclepios. Anyway, the only thing about that temple, it can give you good ancillaries, like doctor. Oh man, it can give you, you know, the priest to Asclepios, which increases chance of having children, increases public health, improves chances of casualties recovering from their wounds. Like, it does good things, but it can have the chance to cause your generals to have this trait, like it offsets. So you could get, you know, the priest to Asclepios, or you could get a doctor from the temple, which, you know, the doctor increases children chance and improving casualties. But the offset of that is it can give your generals the trait feeling poorly, which takes away from your general's hit points, unfortunately. I'm going to let him keep this trait instead of something you can do in order to prevent that from happening. I seen someone talk about it. I think it was TD Strategos. But you can pull a general out of a city and put him right back into the city, and that will prevent him from gaining traits or ancillaries just because he spent some of his movement points. By spending your general's movement points and putting them right back in the city, you can prevent the chance of gaining traits or ancillaries from that city. So that's kind of interesting. I could have done that to prevent him getting this feeling poorly trait, but what I am going to do, I'm going to bring all my generals out. Let's give my faction leader, or no, hold up. Which general am I going to send first? He's already got the priest to Asclepios, so I can go ahead and give this guy the doctor trait too. Now this guy having the doctor trait, I can't retrain him or anything like that. But I'm going to bring these guys out so they don't get any more bad traits. And then I'm going to bring this guy. Can I bring him up to Massacre? I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's bring him up to Massacre with the mercenaries. Just like that. And then that will allow me to... Let's see, what would a dockyard do? 2,700 compared to 2,200. Let's do that, brother. But now, if Kletos can get the doctor trade again, or the, you know, the priest trade again, then I can just trade the ancillary to any of these generals. Nice. 2 Syrian archers available. Taking those, brother. I should have hired them with someone else. No, never mind. This guy doesn't have the mercenary captain. What about this guy? Can I get this? Maybe I should hire it. Maybe I shouldn't. I can't afford any construction at the moment. I'm doing recruiting and etc. Other things. But I did take Arax. So a nah hit. I can't really do anything else. I can postpone the dock. And then from there, is this place? Yeah. Arax needs to get the counselor's chambers. And then, of course, I'll keep these men in the city a little bit longer. Retrain these guys. Get another unit of Cataphracts. Maybe I'll postpone that. Where do I want to send this new army, though? Where do I want to send the new army? I gotta wait one more turn anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another unit of Cav. Send them up. And another unit of Cav. I could wait on training there. Train up more Cataphracts here. Just like that. Do roads. Perfect. Perfect. Now we have the chance. Knock RCs back. Can we finish them off, though? Hold up. Hold up. Let's go forward with our Cav. Or just the 2 generals. That's what I'm going to do, brother. No. I'm going to send the militia Cav with them for the simple reason that the militia Cav are fast moving. So even if my generals can't kill his general from the immediate engagement, my missile Cav should be able to outrun him and run him down, prevent him from escaping. Charge. Charge the general. Charge the general. And of course, you guys, I want you up here. There we go. Okay, well, if he's right on the line anyway, so there's not going to be any way that I can prevent him from escaping. Nice, he died anyway. What I'm talking about. Is this guy going to make it? Yes, he did. He survived somehow. Okay, well. There we go. Just 2 more men alive. I was able to kill the general, though. That's all I cared about, to be honest. There we go. Die. Huvika has died. There we go. Nice. That's 1 more Parthian general destroyed. Valor is the contempt of death and pain. Tacitus. All right. Now, by doing so, let's move these guys back up 1 more space and move the rest of the army with them. Nice. Captain Umamaita is about to get destroyed. We are in Parthia. We have made it. 2 turns away from besieging Tel Aviv. And of course, our city here, Bactra, is about to be changed to Greek culture. Persepolis just completed the construction to Greek culture. Now I'm no longer in the yellow on public order. Arsakia is Greek culture. Bactra is the only city that's left, I think. Or is there another couple over here? Yeah. Pasargadae. Let's lower the text right there. But yeah, Pasargadae, Susa, Charax. They need to be changed to Greek culture. Fraspa. 1 more turn. That'll be Greek culture. Sophia, 2 more turns will be Greek culture. Milatine. Almost to the point where I can change their culture. Okay, well, I can start moving these men next turn to Massacre. And then that'll be a full army for this guy. Hey guys, I hope you guys are enjoying this part 6 as much as I have. This almost, really, honestly, the Seleucid Empire campaign playthrough for this series that I've been playing is probably my favorite out of all my campaigns right now. I'm just loving what's happening right now. I'm having so much fun playing. But if you guys are interested in more campaigns, check out the video recommendation below or go to the description for all my other campaign playlists. Or you can click this advice playlist right here for more Rome Total War advice if that's something you're into. But yeah, until next time, guys. Go vote on the polls. Love you guys. Bye.